Hello my dudes, and welcome to my little corner of YouTube. If you're new here, I'm Evan and I knit things. If you're a regular, welcome back. I'm so glad you're all here. Today I have for you podcast episode number 27. And let's see, I have for you 2 finished objects. One whip, 2 new cast ons, kind of, and kind of an acquisition. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a hard week. We've kind of just been in grieving survival mode all week. Today, survival mode includes my favorite earrings and glitter lipstick. Yesterday it was Sour Patch Kids and iced coffee. So, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do right now. And, yeah, let's talk about something that doesn't make me depressed. Knitting! So, let's just jump right in to finished objects. Now, one of these finished objects you've seen before, and one you haven't. Finished object number 1. That's the back. I finished the double date sweater. Get a close up there of that beautiful color. I am knitting this. Okay, pattern info first. This is the double date sweater by Winter's Weather Knits, and I am knitting this up in yarn from Terrapin Fiberworks. This is a sample for Leigh of Terrapin Fiberworks. The yarn being used is her Chesapeake DK base, which is a 100% organic cotton. It's 246 yards per 100 grams. The colorways, the main color, the cream with speckles, is called Moonflower. The green is called Verdant. The bright purple is called Superfood. And this one is unreleased and doesn't have a name yet, but I'm allowed to show it to you. So, I did finish this week, finally. I was over here on this sleeve. So I had done this much of this sleeve, and I still had this much left, and I finished this sleeve, and I finished this sleeve, and I weaved in all the ends. It does still need blocked though, but I just finished it last night, so I wanted to show you guys before it's drying on the blocking boards for a week because it's so chilly. Well, it's not really, but it gets real cold at night now. Like, it may still get to 70 during the day, but it'll be 40 at night. So that's going to take a while to dry. That cotton's real thick, and it's going to really soak up the water. So it's going to take forever to dry. So I wanted to show you guys before we put it on the blocking boards. Okay, next. I don't believe I made a page for this in my journal, but it's fine. Was this 100% a dopamine thing this week? Yes, it was. Okay, so this is a gnome. The pattern is called Choose Your Gnome Adventure. Who's that by? Let me look real quick because I can't remember at this moment. Her handle on Instagram is Imagined Landscapes, but what's her real name? Sarah Shira. So this is Choose Your Gnome Adventure. You can knit this one in any size yarn with any size needles appropriate to your yarn. You can use from 1 to 3 colors. I mean, I wouldn't go 1 because you really want his nose to stick out. So like 2 to 3, I mean, I guess you could use way more than that colors, but you can choose The hat pattern, whether you want it to be one color or stripes or like this garter pattern, or there's like this garter pattern on the body that you can choose, or you can do stripes or plain. And then his beard, you can choose the garter beard or stripes or plain. And his little hands, you can choose if they're chunky hands or flat hands, and you can choose a round nose or like a rectangular nose. But anyway, this guy has gotten me through the week. I finished him. He's adorable. He doesn't have a name yet. So if you've got an excellent gnome name, let me know. Like usually with Sarah's patterns, she names the gnomes for you. Like the gnome knit along for December this year, the gnome's name is Nara, Gnara, I think. I mean, that could be totally wrong, but I feel like that's what I saw. Lucy, can you like snore quieter, please? My dog is back behind the camera over there. Like she's a good 10 feet away, but if you can hear her snoring, sorry. So this guy's adorable. He's definitely the biggest gnome I've ever made. Usually the gnomes I knit are like this, like maybe the size of the whole hat. But this guy's knit in super bulky weight because I had some and we wanted to do something different. So he's a big boy and I love him and he's so cute. So he's finished object number 2. So that's all the finished objects. Let's talk whips. Alright, so I'm looking at my weekly page for my journal here. I've got my whips here. So, giant pink blanket. I did actually work like 3 rows on the giant pink blanket. I had a really bad migraine day on Monday. So that's like I can't do anything else. It's dark. I can't even like look at my knitting at all. So that's what I work on then. So I did do a couple rows, but it looks exactly the same and it's giant and I didn't feel like lugging it upstairs. So it's downstairs. So I'm not going to show you that one. Polygon Blanket didn't work on, Book Club Cardigan didn't work on, Dress Test didn't work on, Ireland Scarf didn't work on, November Scarf I worked on waiting in line for voting for like 5 minutes, but that was it. Doppio didn't work on. Gnome, you've already seen. Double Date Sweater, you've already seen. So that brings us to cross stitch. I worked on Venusaur. Look at him. He didn't have any of this color on his lower half before. So we did all of this bright blue-green and all of this dark blue-green. So now there's one color left to go in his body and then white for his nails and in his eyeballs. And then there's a dark green to go in his leaves. And then he'll be done. And that will be, he'll be number 9 of cross stitches for the year. Nowhere near the 24 we were going for, but it was a really ambitious goal, so it's fine. I'm not going to be mad about it. It'd be really cool if I could finish all the Eevee evolutions by the end of the year, though. We've got, let's see, which ones do we have left? We have Umbreon, we have Glaceon, Leafeon, Sylveon. That's too many. I can't finish that many. Never mind. Alright, so I guess the Pink Blanket and Venusaur are the only whips that didn't get finished this week. So I guess then it's time for new Cast Ons. Okay, first new Cast On. I told you that I wanted to cast on this week, and I did. This is the California sweater by Leigh of Knit California. That's the wrong bag. She is doing a California sweater knit along right now that I wanted to participate in. I have this beautiful yarn from Golden Hour Knitwear that I picked up in a D-stash, and I went to Cast On and looked at the yardage and realized I didn't have enough yardage because I have 2 skeins of each of these. This is an OOAK colorway, meaning one of a kind, and I picked it up in a D-stash, and so that I can't get more of it. This is it. So I went through my yarn collection and I found this. These are both from Red Door Fiber Studio. This you will probably recognize. It's Misty Step, which I use for my Padstow cardigan. And this is actually You Are Already Enough on her bougie sock base. It was left over from a sample I knit for her several years ago now. This is from the Witcher collection. This is from D&D. So I decided that I'd do stripes. But then I couldn't decide how thick I wanted the stripes or how often I wanted the stripes. So then I decided that I would just color block it. So here's the beginning of the back panel. I'm going to knit another 15 rows in this color and then switch to the green. So we're doing 30 rows in the gray on the front and the back, and then the rest will be in green, and I think it'll be really great. But yeah, I just cast this on last night, and I only worked this much because I couldn't sleep. So that's what we've got so far on the California sweater for Leslie's Knit Along. Let's see. Next new cast on, only half counts. It's only a swatch. So, this swatch, wow, that color is not showing up right at all. This is much more purple than it's showing up on camera here. It's showing up like red on the viewfinder. It's really more of a purpley pinkish red. Yeah, that's not great. It's not great color-wise. Anyway, this is my swatch for Leslie's new design, the Alchemy Pullover. And I am test knitting this for her, and I finally got around to making a swatch. This yarn is Hedgehog Fibers Merino DK in the colorway Plump. Wow, that color is just not showing up right at all. I mean, maybe not on the view. That's better. That's closer. Yeah, that's closer to the color. I mean, it's still not right, but it's closer. Anyway, I'm testing this for Leslie, and this is my swatch. I'm making the size medium, and the due date for this is January 26th. So I have plenty of time. This will get blocked as soon as we are done filming here, and then maybe by Monday I should be able to cast on. I have a lot of things to block right now, and I don't want to. This I will block for definitely. The sweater I may have to force myself to block, but I may not be able to force myself to do it today. But anyway, the Alchemy Pullover is really cute, and I can't wait to actually knit it. And this yarn is so squishable. It's fantastic. I love it. Okay. That's all the knitting. What am I wearing? I'm not wearing any knits. Well, I'm wearing knit socks, but you can't see them. I discovered this morning that my favorite sweatshirt fits again. So that was pretty exciting. So I'm wearing my favorite sweatshirt. I'm wearing my favorite earrings. These are from Keep Going Club on Etsy. They are fantastic. You should go support them. They have a million different earrings. They're all like acrylic. This one's 2 parts. So it's got like the heart underneath and then the like poison apple bit over top. And they're really cool and I like them a lot. And I changed my nose ring because it was ready for downsizing. And I've got glitter lipstick. And that's just how we doing today. So not really a what are you wearing, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's talk goals. So goals for this past week. I wanted to finish the double date sweater sleeves if possible, which I did. I wanted to cast on my California sweater, which I did. I wanted to work on Venusaur a bit, which I did. I wanted to cast on my gnome. Not only did I cast it on, I finished it. I wanted to swatch for my Alchemy sweater, and I did that. And I wanted to knit a hexie for my Polygon sweater, which I did not do. So, goals for next week. I want to block my dress test. There's some really weird puckering happening at the hip increases, so I want to see if that blocks out or if I'm going to have to rip back and fix it. I want to finish Venusaur. I want to cast on my Alchemy pullover. I want to work a hexie for the Polygon Blanket. I want to work on my Doppio a bit, and I want to work on my California sweater. I don't know how much of either of those, but I'd like to work on them. So that's the goals. Let's talk acquisitions. So this week I kind of have an acquisition. I'm going to tell you about it, and if you don't care at all, sorry. I got some fabric. I've got 3 yards of this cotton, what did they call it? I don't really sew, so this is just a quilting cotton. It's this black gray with these kind of dots in it. I've been looking for a specific kind of skirt that I cannot find anywhere that I like, that I am sure that it will actually fit me. So I found a cool pattern and I figured I'm going to sew it myself. So I've got this fabric. And my husband is here bringing me a coffee to save my life. Thank you, husband. Oh, look. Look, it's officially red cup season. And look, the thing even has, it's like scalloped. Fancy.
You want her out?
I don't care. Today we are trying the apple crisp oat milk macchiato. I hope it's not gross. It's okay. Anyway, so I've got 3 yards of this. Actually, technically I've got 6 yards of it. I had originally ordered this fabric, and they sent me the wrong fabric. They sent me black fabric with orange polka dots, and it was truly heinous. So I said, that's not what I ordered, and then they accidentally sent me a replacement twice. So I've got 6 yards of this fabric, so when I inevitably mess it up because I have no idea what I'm doing, I will hopefully get it right the second time. I don't think I even need 3 yards. I needed 2.5, but I couldn't order half yards on Amazon because I didn't want to buy $20 a yard fabric for something that I'm trying for the first time and mess it up, and like, yeah, that was too expensive to mess it up. And this was like $8 a yard. So, got that. That's super on the back burner for right now. So now, let's do some book chat. Book chat! Okay. Books I have finished since last week. What was our last podcast day? It was last Friday the 1st, so anything I finished since the 1st. Okay, I finished A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. 4 stars. Liked it. Didn't love it. Was also low-key terrifying. Not that anything innately scary happened, but yeah, you'd have to read it. I don't want to give stuff away. So, read that. We finally finished Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. 5 stars, of course. Finally finished it. We actually went to finish Tower of Dawn last night, and Brett fell asleep with 20 minutes left. So we have 20 minutes left of Tower of Dawn. And I also finished Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I read this when it first came out. I reread it because I realized that I never read the second one. I pre-ordered it, hellbent, and then I just never read it, and I don't know why. So, I didn't remember Ninth House well enough. So, I read it again. It's really, really messed up, but it's really, really good. 5 stars. So then, currently reading Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, kind of, but not really. Elantris by Brandon Sanderson, kind of, but not really. And also, A Study in Drowning by Reid. So, and that brings me up to 148 books for the year. So, that's all the book chat. And really, that's all I've got to talk about. It's been a rough week. I think there was at least a whole day where I didn't knit at all, and I just kind of sat there and listened to my book and dissociated. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm on a journey to 500 subscribers. We're around 159 as of yesterday, I think. I don't think I've looked today. I think there is one final short of our trip to Ireland to go up at some point. So you can check those out. They're on the playlist, Ireland Recap 2024. And the recap vlogs, if you haven't checked those out, you can do that if you have interest in it. Lucy, no. No. Place. Lay down. Or come here. Come here. Come here. This is Lucy. Hi. Hi. No, don't lick my face. Don't lick my face. Anyway, you can go follow me over on Instagram for... You're blocking the entire camera. You're blocking the whole camera. You can go follow me over on Instagram for more daily stuff. And thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can click that notification bell to be notified of my next upload. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!